I'm Matthew Jane from Education Executive magazine, reporting from the BETT Show 2011 at London's Olympia. With schools being given ever more autonomy and control over their own ICT systems, it is important for them to be properly managed so that the equipment and its usage can be done effectively and safely. We asked some industry experts at the BETT Show for their advice. First of all, we spoke to Chris Kendall from AMX. So, Chris, we're looking at how schools can manage ICT in the modern era, obviously with stricter laws governing ICT usage, and with schools given more control over their ICT. How can they really make the most of this, and how can they do this effectively, really?
I think it's about centrally managing and controlling environments to provide some green benefits, but to be able to proactively maintain what you've actually got and be able to look further down the line. So, say, for example, a school equipped with lots of projectors would be using a lot of power, making sure they're switched off and actually knowing when those projectors may fail. So, for example, new lamps, filter changes, proactively maintaining them. And AMX provides a tool to be able to do that for you.
John Botham, I am the Director of Education of D-Link Europe.
So then, John, we're looking at managing ICT in the modern era and the challenges facing schools in terms of managing and safeguarding children when they're using ICT in schools. If you could just sort of go over some of the challenges that lie ahead in this area.
The challenges are much the same as they've always been. It's just the technology which has been upgraded on a regular basis. But basically, the way that I see it is that you have to keep your network running so that the curriculum can carry on with the confidence of the teachers. Secondly, you have to refresh your technology on a regular basis so that you're not falling behind, and we as a country are turning out young people who are fit for purpose for a more skillful world and what's going to happen in 20 years. And thirdly, parents are very worried about safeguarding children. All of the things that you read about and hear about young people being groomed, inappropriate images, paedophile gangs and all those sorts of things. Well, parents have a natural reticence to let their children sit on the internet unsupervised and on their own. But the problem that you have is that if our children don't have access to the World Wide Web and all the knowledge that it can bring to them, then we're again falling behind. So the network end of that, I guess, is that there's a lot of software around now which is forensic, and it can measure keystrokes and it can prevent these things happening rather than locking everything down and stopping the kids getting access to any information at all. So ICT management is complex and is going on all the time, and I think is evolving all the time, and I think that's important going forward.
I'm Quentin Webb from Allied Telesis. We focus on the education networks, and we're doing an education roadshow, going around showing best practice for what works well in education networks, right the way from primary schools right up to university networks. The sort of things which are hot topics at the moment are security on the networks. So keeping, rather than years ago we had problems from the internet, nowadays we're getting a lot of problems from within the network. So it's good to keep users off the network and have the network check that their virus definitions are up to date before they are then automatically let onto the network. So as a computer connects to the network, check it's okay, then let it on the network. And it's all done automatically, and that just gives the network managers a much easier ride. So we're ensuring that trying to keep the viruses off the networks. Other things that are hot topics at the moment are many education establishments are having problems with wireless. Fourth generation wireless is a hot topic, allowing roaming within the mobile network, and ensuring that all the connections operate at the fastest possible rate, which is typically a problem where somebody connects and then their speed of connection goes down to 1 meg. That doesn't just slow down their network connection, it slows down everybody on the network because they have to wait for that transmission to finish before you can start another network.
So by having an effective ICT management system in place, schools can ensure their technology runs effectively and safely for all that use it. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. Do stay tuned for more. And if you're at the BETT show, don't forget to pop by stand W34 to claim your free subscription to EdExec and ICT Matters.